the other half of the Showdown podcast. And I just had to jump on here, man, before I go to sleep real quick. I do have to wake up few minutes to go to work, but I can't go to sleep. Who could go to sleep right now, King? What is going through your mind? Eagles 6-0, defeating the Dallas Cowboys 26-17. Talk to me.
Man, it was an up and down emotional game, man. Because I already knew that we could win this ball game, but the way it was looking when they were started, they come back 14 unanswered points from 20-3. It was like, what in the world is going on, man? And then on top of that, I just thought that our defense showed up, our secondary showed up. Our secondary really showed up, but we still got a lot of work to do. I'm gonna get into that a little bit later on in the week, but we do still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's all I want to focus about, man. 6-0, heading into the bye, man. As you know, I did the play-by-play. Eagles were basically up 20-3 at half times, and they basically got walked down. But man, Jalen Hurts, he answered, all the critics. Could we score in the second half? And boy, the only points we needed was 6. Literally was 6. So how did you think the Eagles offense and defense did in the second half?
In the second half, man, offense really was real suspect. But Jalen Hurts down the line.
That's not bad.
That's a good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. But just Jalen Hurts made the right plays, and then we went right back to the running game to the point where we controlled the clock. As soon as I seen us controlling the clock, I'm like, we won this ball game. And then when we did score that 6 points, I would have been fine going up 10, but we wanted to go for 2. Yeah. But overall, the defense showed up, man. They did piss me off a little bit in the third quarter because they relaxed too much, and I think that was Jonathan Gannon's calls, basically playing prevent, and Cooper Rush got a rhythm going. Once he got his rhythm going, then it was like, all right. We need to tighten back up. And then with CD Deuce, man, he came back in after injuring his hand and got that interception. I'm like, yo, yeah, that was ice in the veins, yeah. And it was just good to see that, when all else fails, we can rely on that defense.
Absolutely, man. Yo, I had to put this back on, man, because this game tonight was all about the dark night of the Philadelphia Eagles defense, man, rising up to the occasions, man. The defense. Yo, did you know that Cooper Rush came into this game with no turnovers, and we literally forced him to throw not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions. But we got no picks off of him. I'm okay with that. What did I tell you? This should be a Kirk Cousins game. What happened during the Vikings game? We barely got to Kirk Cousins, but we had not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions because his quick release. And I feel like the Eagles jumped on top so quick. The Cowboys, they know. In the second quarter, once again, the Eagles came into this game leading. 85 points scored in second quarter, and they put another 20 points on the board in second quarter. Definitely way ahead of the pack, but still, we knew that the second quarter was the quarter to stop. You even mentioned it. So, what was your thought on that second quarter? And I know you mentioned it, but did you actually think that the Eagles could actually score 20? After the Dallas Cowboys defense had not given up 17, more than 20 all game. They put up all season. They put up 20 on them in second quarter.
I'm not going to lie. I did see what the Eagles were doing, and they were basically going right at Micah Parsons. I predicted, I thought that, that was a great game plan in the first half, but then we just got away from the second half. in the second quarter, man, it was just like moving for us. And uh, basically, like I said, all you have to do is attack the blitz. Attack the blitz where it's coming from, and you'll be able to go right down the field.
Yeah. Hater right there. Hater.
Right
Almighty.
down the field.
And you
But
are second place. Be comfortable with second place or
your
third place
facts.
because you will never be in first place. Almighty. But go ahead, King, man.
Facts. But no, you good. But yeah, I just think that that's what it was. Just attacking Michael Parsons and $2. Well, his credit, Michael Parsons' credit. He looked hurt. I ain't gonna lie. He didn't look like the same Michael Parsons the last couple weeks. That groin injury is gonna creep up on him to the point where he's going to miss some games.
Wait. Did it look hurt? Did the Eagles attack that side? Because you saw when AJ Brown scored his TD that the Philadelphia Eagles literally, Jalen Hurts threw when Michael Parsons was right in front of him. He threw. He sidearm threw it. He threw it through AJ Brown. We broke a couple tackles, touchdown. It seems like the Philadelphia Eagles was throwing, towards Jalen.
No, that was the game plan.
Parsons side.
Yeah.
So
that was the game plan.
Wait. So was he hurt or was he getting?
No, we know he's hurt, but it wasn't some type of exposure there because it's football. So you got to play through that injury if you're going to be on the field. At the end of the day, I'm not giving no excuses for the Cowboys, but
you just said that he looked hurt. So I'm just trying to.
I'm just saying that he didn't look. He got exposed. He got exposed.
So he wasn't hurt. It was exposed. I mean, it can be both. Like, was he hurt or exposed? Because to me, he didn't look hurt when he was rushing and it wasn't throwing his side. But when he was throwing his side, he looked exposed. Like he was like, in the headlights to me.
But it's almost like because you got to pick your poison. You got to pick your poison. Yeah. So yeah, he did get exposed. I'm not giving no excuses, but it's just one of those things where as though that you got to play through the injury.
Almighty, look, Parsons looked perfectly fine out there, and I agree, man, 110%. Parsons looked fine to me. I mean, he dressed low. The key to beating the Dallas Cowboys, their defense is what? To throw at the blitz, to throw at Micah Parsons. And tonight, I'm proud. Yes, Jalen Hurts did not throw for 500, 600 yards, 300 yards. He had. Guess what he had? Two, not one, but two passing touchdowns. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, all over 155 yards total average. But the Philadelphia Eagles, once again, rushed for 136, even though the Dallas Cowboys countered with 134. But, Cooper Rush only threw for 181, which is more than his average. But the three interceptions was the turn of events. Talk to me about those interceptions. How critical.
So the first one, it was batted up by Bradbury. That was the first one. The second one, our line, even though we didn't have any sacks, it was pressure by my guy BG on the last one, and also I think Hassan Reddick had pressure on him too.
Yeah.
So that was critical. That was critical a lot. That doesn't go on the stat sheet, but they were crucial plays. Whereas though that I'm like our defense really stepped up when they needed to because they went up. They scored 14 points and we needed every single one of those interceptions to close this one out.
0-2, Almighty. I can't wait to expose y'all frauds either. If you're not following me on Twitter, man, I literally captured a picture of Cooper Rush sitting on the bench for somebody else, and I said, fraud. And you know what? All this Cowboys fan was like, we trying to tell y'all he's fraud. But then when the Cowboys were starting to come back, oh my God, Eagles are in trouble.
It turned. Yep.
I said, the Cowboys fans are the most fakest fans in the face of the planet because when things are good, they are hot. But when things are going bad, they're low and they are pathetic. It's always an excuse. But regardless All right, so what did you think of the offensive game plan for the Philadelphia Eagles against the Dallas Cowboys? I mean, did you like the balance? Like I said, the Eagles threw for 155 yards, but rushed for 136 yards. Yo, Jalen Hurts, no interceptions, by the way.
Right.
A quarterback rating of 104. I mean, 2 TDs. A rushing yards, not for 27, but total rushing yards of Philadelphia Eagles 136. How did you like the offensive game plan for the Philadelphia Eagles in this game?
See, I like the balance, but in the beginning, I just didn't like the fact that we weren't establishing the run early, especially that first drive that we had. Also, in the third quarter, we didn't really establish the run there because we already knew they was going to come out halftime with the blitz. Overall, I just like the balance of everything, trying to get the receivers involved, trying to make Jalen Hurts move out of the pocket and be deadly on the run. And then also utilizing Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders had a decent game, like I thought he would. But and he also had a touchdown. So I just I did like the balance of it, but I would like for us to start, getting some second half points like touchdowns. Not field goals or just going up just having 6 points in the second half. That's not going to cut it in the second half of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Joseph, what about the Eagles? Absolutely, Joseph. We are 6-0 heading into the bye. Man, the last time that happened was 2004 when the Philadelphia Eagles went to the Super Bowl and lost. But we're not going to talk about the loss, but we advanced further in the Super Bowl. That's what we're going to concentrate on. Carlos, when do the Giants play the Eagles? I think it's December is the first one, and then January. I will be at the January one at Philly. Giants versus Eagles. I will definitely be there in the January one, but I really think they play the Eagles the first time in December. Almighty Finance, we are going to sweep you in Dallas. Here we go. 6-0. Haters are going to take. Look, all right. Look, I'm going to tell you this. I was getting pissed off. Offensive plan, I don't understand how we come out a shell of ourselves in the second half. That's one thing that I don't get. I can't explain it. I can't understand it. How you put up 20 points in the first half. And in the second half, you only put up 6. I don't understand it. Yes, we won for 2. It doesn't matter, but still, we still put up 6 points. And that is what I'm most concerned about. Because if we play a team, if we played Dak Prescott, the Dallas Cowboys with Dak Prescott, I don't know if this is the same score. But right now, we could play what ifs all day. I don't know. But that is my biggest concern. How does this team play so great offense, defense in the first half and completely look like the Commanders, the sorriest team in the league in the second half? I don't understand it. But shout out to everybody that's watching, man. Please make sure you hit that like button for your boy. 16 people watching. Please make sure you hit the like button. It pushes this out. And subscribe to both of our channels, man. Regardless what channel.
Come on, Almighty. Come over to King DV Sports.
Yeah, man. Go check him out, man. King DV Sports, man. We definitely
Carlos too.
Lit. Yo, we definitely gonna be live and lit this Wednesday. Yeah. We have nothing but time to talk about the good, bad, and the ugly, and then talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about, because we had no game to break down. We had no stats. We had nothing but to boost on this Philadelphia Eagle fan right here. So shout out. What's up, Richard? What's up, man? What is going on, man? Absolutely. Exactly. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, 6 weeks in a row running, will be at Philadelphia NFC defense player of the week. I agree with that. So let's talk about the defense, man. Because if we just talk about the offense, definitely not putting their foot on the pedal. Shane Steichen not calling the exact same plays. I mean, as far as the defense wise, man, to let 20-3 at halftime to be 2017. What was going through your mind at that time, and were you a little concerned?
The first thing I said in my house was, "Here we go again," and that's the PG-13 version of it.
Yeah,
So uh, when we're up, Jonathan Gannon likes to like prevent the big plays. Like he draws back to that a lot, and I'm like, "Yo, don't do that. Keep your foot on their necks," and that's all I was thinking. But Bradbury had a great game, man. A great game.
yeah, yeah,
I was a little shooken up because I was like, I don't know if they're going to cheat for dollars, but his butt was out out of bounds, and I heard you say that on your stream. But
yeah.
overall, I think the defense had a great game plan, and I just didn't like the fact that Jordan Davis was out so many plays when we knew that they were going to run the ball.
Yeah, I mean, so good question about Richie. When is Quez a breakout game? Shoot, I don't
Mm.
know because look, the Eagles have so many good wide receivers. His breakout game right now, currently past tense, against the Vikings. Like, you know what I mean? He
Yeah.
scored a touchdown, 56-yard touchdown. Hey, don't hold your breath. He may not even score another touchdown for us this season. But look, the Philadelphia Eagles are so deep, man. Kobe Dean can't even get on the field, man. Like, a Jordan Davis is fighting with Fletcher Cox with time on the field. And that's exactly the
Yeah.
reason why I said that don't be surprised if the Philadelphia Eagles listen for trade offers for Fletcher Cox for a team that is in contending to make the playoffs, because we got to get these guys on the field. So, like you said, when Kobe Dean was on the field, the Eagles were stopping the run with ease. But when we was on the field, man, they was getting a little bit more comfortable. But
Yeah.
you can tell that. So I'm not even hating on these guys that can't get on the field. It's a kudos to Howie Roseman for drafting these guys, for getting these free agents, and now they have to battle each other. Iron sharpen iron. That's all it is. Man. That's all it is. And in order to win a Super Bowl or make a deep run into the playoffs, you gotta have depth. Yo, you saw tonight, Lane Johnson went out. Who was that right tackle that came in? Because
Opeta or Driscoll
came in, right? Opeta came in, and look, I'm not gonna say he's one of the best right tackles out there, but he held his own, and still we was able to continue marching on because Lane Johnson did not come out after halftime. Like, he's literally if he did come out, it's like one play, and literally saw him just going into the locker room. So Opeta held his own the whole second half against a Dallas Cowboys defensive front. So I definitely like that. But give me a grade, man, before we wrap this up real quick. Like I said, I do have to wake up in a few minutes to go to work. Give me a grade for the offense and who impresses you the most on the offensive side.
A grade for the offense, I'll give it a B. We could have been better, especially just the first half alone. That's why I gave it a score B, or not score, but a rating of B. But who impressed me? Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts did, because throughout all the adversity and everything, he stayed in his zone. Like, he basically did not try to overdo it. When he needed to get rid of the ball, deliver another down, he did that. He got 2 touchdowns out of it. A lot of people were talking about all week. Is he just going to rush the ball or run the ball and everything like that? He moved around with his legs, but he got 2 more touchdowns. So now it's 12 touchdowns on the season. So I'm impressed by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I mean, look, my sons got 1, and he threw for 2. We put up with MC1, but that's 21, and then our kick out field goal. So, right now, I'm looking at that Hurts is 6 for 6 right now, right? 6 passes.
6 passes, 6 rushing. Yep.
Exactly. So 6 passing, 6 rushing. Miles Sanders with his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. So I'm definitely I'm impressed by that. But who impressed me the most, man, was shout out to Bradbury, man. Yo, it's so good to have a second DB. Yes, a couple times he might have looked back. I'm like, ooh, if that ball was thrown a little bit better, I might been saying something, a little bit different. But man, it's so good. It's so good to go into every game saying, you know what, we got 2 number ones on our team, regardless.
Facts.
I mean, because everybody get beat, man. Look, like I don't care. Everybody get beat. You saw Micah Parsons tonight look average, right? Micah Parsons tonight looked average. He was getting thrown at, rushed at, and there's nothing good about it. But you know why? Because if you identify the strength of that defensive line and you explode it, and now guess what?
Yep.
He's weak. But Micah Parsons is that guy.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, I'm not going to fake it, but definitely Bradbury. If we didn't have him and had, let's just say, Steven Nelson from last year,
true, man,
a little different, a little shorter, a little burnt. You know what I mean? It might have been a little bit different, but thank God for Bradbury and Big Play Slay. Another interception, City Deuce, 2 picks, but we definitely we'll go into it Wednesday night.
Yeah.
But just give me your last take on this game, man. What did you like the most, and what do you want to see after the bye the Philadelphia Eagles improve on?
I like the fact that when adversity came about, like we've been saying this every week, scoring 14 points, unanswered reports by Dallas, I just didn't know if we was going to be able to hold them. So it was just kudos to the team win, just being able to like hold on to the victory, regardless if we went for 2 or we did the field goal. We held on to the victory, and we're going into the bye week 6-0. So second half, I do want to see more points put up in the second half of the games. I do want to see consistency from Jonathan Gannon calling these plays for Reddick to be able to blitz. Making these guys that we got, and play their position basically.
Yeah, look, I can't, disagree with you with what ever you just said. But look, what impresses me was the poise of this Philadelphia Eagles defense and offense. Yes, they got walked down by 3-point game, but the defense was rock solid when it came time to crunch time, and the offense answered the bell. That's what I told everybody. Yes, it's a little concerning, but at the same time, have we ever seen the Philadelphia Eagles down in the 4th quarter where we had to, go down there and score? We haven't seen that yet, but we did get close. You all by 3, you had to go down there, and they answered, and they boom, and we were by 9. But the concerning part is this: offense and defense. What the hell is going on? What is how you me personally? I talk to myself at halftime. Man, when I went to refill my cup, I'm like, I was giving myself a halftime speech. I'm like, JC, you're down. This is 0-0 game. You down, or you down by 14. How you gonna come out the second half on the offensive side? Are you gonna be aggressive? Or Jonathan Gannon? What is the defense gonna look? Both answered were not even answered at all. They came down flat and ridiculous. But I'm just glad that we held on for the win. But it is what it is. The Philadelphia Eagles 6-0. But we are definitely get into it more this upcoming Wednesday. But man, 6-0. Wow. I did not see this going into the bye, but it's all good, man. So any last words, man, before we head out, man? We will definitely. Let me see what Nick can say. Why Scott still here? Scott. What, Boston Scott? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't understand.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Boston Scott. I mean, the Boston Scott had a couple good runs, but still, where is Trey Sermon at? I definitely want to see Trey Sermon. And why wasn't Miles Sanders used more? I would have to dig into that, for the Wednesday showdown. We'll break that down. But any last words, man, before we head out of here?
Everybody in the chat right now, just go subscribe to both channels if you're not already subscribed. Also, just subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to work my way up to 500. I'm close. I'm this close. So I just need y'all support, and thank y'all for supporting both of our channels, man. Without us, or without y'all, we can't do what we do here.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As always, man. Hey, you know who this is, man. But let me see. Let me see. You guys start Sermon. I kind of agree over Boston Scott. That's just my opinion. And because of, I agree about Sanders. Absolutely, he disappeared for a lot, but he was still getting his yards. But we would definitely get into the weeds with the stats on Wednesday Showdown Podcast. So definitely tune in. But as always, man, thank you, man. King DV said it. Please go subscribe to both of our channels and please hit that like button for both of our channels. As always, man, hey, go Birds, man.